And of course, there's the very fascinating topic of near-death experiences, where people who are in a state of reversible clinical death that report being conscious.
Now, you write about that and you've looked into that. What did you discover as you researched that area?
I discovered that it is a lot more rigorous than people think. It's not just anecdotal evidence. What happened, it's a data set that's only arisen since we've been able to kind of have people in that state of clinical death, since we've had cardiac surgery and neurological surgery, where people have to be cooled to a very low temperature. Their brain EEG signal is, there isn't any detectable signal, and their heart is stopped, and they're in a state in order for this surgery to be performed. And what surgeons used to hear was that some of their patients were reporting upon resuscitation that they had been conscious. And so that caused some surgeons to collect some systematic data across all of their patient groups, and there are studies from different countries capturing this. There's a lot of books out there on it, and they see roughly 7 to 10% of patients reporting very interesting facts that it would be hard to have just made up.
So what kind of facts are they reporting?
Things like being able to fully recount a conversation that had happened down the corridor in a different room in the hospital about the person that was on their deathbed, to the extent it was a little bit awkward because the content of the conversation wasn't good, but the patient upon resuscitation recounted it to their relatives. Other things like somebody observing a slightly random tennis shoe on a roof in another part of the hospital entirely that you could never have known about, and the staff didn't know about because it's inaccessible, you can't climb up there. Another observation about a woman who was congenitally blind in her lifetime, who then, upon resuscitation, recounted the appearance of someone else who had also died moments earlier that she couldn't have known about. All sorts of extraordinary things that just give us pause for thought to say, human beings are really interesting. And even if some of these may have been fabricated, who knows? But even if one of these is a genuine instance...
But they couldn't have been fabricated because, like the tennis shoe,
right?
There's no way.
Right. And even if all of them were except for one, for example, that still shows that you are way more than just your brain, because if your brain is clinically dead and you are still conscious, then you can't simply be your brain. There must be more to it.
I really hope that you have enjoyed this interview. Can I encourage you to hit subscribe so that you can get more of these interviews in the future?